Well, hello. It is Wednesday, the 7th of January. I've now got 23 days left until I turn 50. So, looking forward to that. Looking forward to the birthday celebrations at the end of the month. Today, I went for a run just slightly over 5 kilometers. I think it was about 5.3 kilometers. Again, please follow me on Strava. It is Mark Roderick. And today felt tough. It was quite windy, but I thought I'll go for a quicker run because the snow had cleared. But as I say, it was dark, it was windy, there was a bit of rain, freezing cold. I'm not bothered by that, quite frankly. But I couldn't get the pace that I normally run at today. And I was reflecting on it by the end of the run. So I think I ran the first 3 kilometres at about 5 minute per kilometre pace. And then the last 2 kilometres were around about 4 minute 15. But I felt tired today and I felt heavy in the legs. I didn't feel tired as in a lack of sleep because, as I've told you before, I don't get a huge amount of sleep anyway. 5-6 hours is all that I need. But it was a bit my own fault, actually. My wife owns a Indian spice business, so she makes beautiful curries, or if you don't want to order a curry, she makes these beautiful spice pots that you can just add to chicken or salmon. Makes a really healthy meal, actually. But she made some of that, and she made 2 days worth, and being who I am, I saw 2 days worth and I ate it, and she said to me afterwards, "Oh, that's meant to be for 2 days." So I was feeling quite heavy in the stomach today. And also, I think because I've been running longer and longer distances, and I've been running with the Woodford Warriors, I have let my pace drop a bit, and it's very easy to do. You can get very comfortable with a slower pace because it is comfortable. And I've said this before, if you're going to run fast, you've got to run fast, and running fast, it hurts. It does hurt mentally, physically. The legs, the lungs, the brain is all saying slow down, and you've got to get through that mental barrier. So I also really notice it, actually, and I always have, if I've not eaten well the night before. So I've had a takeaway, or if I've had a bottle of beer. I don't drink any more than a bottle of beer a week, normally on a Friday. I do feel that on my run on a Saturday. Or somebody always said to me that you wouldn't put diesel into a Formula One car. Now, not that I am a Formula One car, but I think the analogy is a good one, that if I'm going to be going for this great time for the marathon, then I need to start really cleansing my diet and making sure that I drink fresh water on a regular basis. And then I'm going to start working on the pace again, getting the feeling back of running hard for a longer period of time. And it won't take me long. I think it's as much mental as it is physical. Now, also the mental aspect, it did make me laugh, actually. I follow some great runners, as I've said, on Facebook, and there was quite a well-built chap, good muscular structure, obviously lifts weights, which I don't do. And when I didn't lift weights and I was running really fast times, 1:18 for the half marathon, I was still quite muscular because I think just that running fast builds up your arms, builds up your shoulders, builds up your abdomen, certainly your lower abdomen. And of course, with running your legs, you get good legs anyway. But this guy clearly did lift weights and ran some phenomenal times. I think his 5K was around about 15-16 minutes, and his 10K was 33 minutes, which is fantastic running. And he said, not bad for a middle-aged guy, and he was 36. My goodness. So, talk about talking yourself into being old. I mean, 36 is no age. I really only started getting into my fast running times, I'd say between 35 to 41 when I really started to push it. Some of that was because, I wasn't married, didn't have a kid. You've got all those extra pressures as you grow up. Not because your family don't let you run, but you feel selfish for running so much. So I didn't have that pressure, and I was doing a lot of mileage. But it always amazes me how these people taught themselves into being old, and then that will eventually manifest itself into, I get aches and pains because I'm old, I can't run fast because I'm old, my knees are going to give way because I'm old. And I don't think anything could be further from the truth, quite honestly. So look, I'm on the countdown to 50. And as I say, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to start upping my pace. I'm going to really get on track for this 3-hour 10 marathon. I don't want to let myself down. I don't want to let my son down, because I promised him I'm going to do it. And I will do it by hook or by crook. And it is going to be a real challenge, but that is what life's all about. Hope you have a great day. Speak soon.